everyone. Let's get to do some stretching. So a couple things that you guys may need are a folded blanket or a pile of blanket like mine, or some pillows from the couch or something if you need anything to help support your neck and head when you're laying on the ground, or to support your knees whenever we do anything that's going to be in a seated position or a crisscross position. But we're going to start off with some warming up type stretches. So here's what we're going to do. You guys are going to put both feet in front of you like this, and you're going to round your back as you reach for your toes and then come back up. So go ahead and go with that one. We're going to be doing this for 30 seconds. You want to warm up the backs of your legs, maybe your calves. You can round your back, tuck your chin into your chest once you've reached as far as you can, and then slide back up. Try not to let your knees bend. Move slowly. Be gentle. 3, 2, and 1. So from here, let's go ahead and lay down on our back. So we're going to do a couple warming up type stretches here as well. The first one we're going to start with is our knees bent, feet together, arms out to the side, and you're going to drop both knees to one side of your body, and then pick them up and drop them to the other side. Go ahead and go. If you need to feel a deeper stretch, you can pick your feet up off the floor and then drop your knees from side to side. Try to keep both shoulders flat to the ground as you rotate. 3, 2, and 1. From here, bring your knees to your chest and either hug on top of your knees or hug underneath your knees. But once you're hugging your knees, you're just going to rock side to side, nice and slowly. Give a side to side rock. This is going to help warm up your hips and your back. Keep rocking. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. So staying laying down, we're going to move into some of our actual stretches. So first one we'll do, you're going to straighten out one leg on the floor, and you're going to straighten out the other leg in the air. And from here, I want you guys to grab behind your knee or around your hamstring, which is right here below the knee, and keep that leg straight. Keep it straight as you pull it to your chest, so don't let the deep bend. Only let your foot come as close to your body as you can keep your knee straight. So it's all about keeping that leg straight for this one. Nice, slow, deep breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and switch sides. If you guys need to, if you have a towel or a blanket or something nearby, you could always stick your foot, like here's my blanket, I stuck my foot in my blanket and I'm just holding on to either side of my blanket, but keeping my legs straight. So if you can't quite hold behind your leg, say if your leg's here, and you can't reach it, you can use a blanket or a towel to help. We're doing our hamstring stretch on this leg, keeping that leg as straight as possible. Nice, slow, deep breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and put the leg down. Let's go ahead and bend both legs to your butt, so heels are close to your butt. You're going to cross one leg on top of the other, and we're going to bring that foot and knee down to the ground. Once you're off the ground here, you can grab onto your ankle and try to pull it closer to your body. So I'm going to demonstrate on the other side now. here, and then I'll grab my ankle. You guys should feel a stretch in your hip area. Try to keep both shoulders flat on the ground. Close your eyes to try to relax. Keep your face relaxed. Nice, slow, deep breaths. Three, two, and one. Switching legs. Same thing. Cross the leg over your body, then drop the foot and the knee to the ground. And you can grab onto your ankle. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so cross the other leg over again. And this time, you're going to reach with one hand through this triangular hole that you've created from crossing. And then you're going to reach the other hand around the backside. And I like to interlace behind my knee. So I lift my leg up and I interlace my fingers behind my knee. Now you guys also need to make sure that you put your head down and keep it on the ground and don't keep your chin tucked into your chest. Just let your head relax on the ground. No need to keep it up off of the ground. You guys should get a stretch in your hip again. Maybe in a slightly different area than the other stretch gave you. 3, 2, and 1. So same thing, we're switching legs. So cross one leg on top of the other, then reach one hand through the hole and one hand around the leg, interlace the fingers behind the knee, and then relax back to the ground. Keep breathing. You're almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, from here, you guys are going to bend your feet together like this, like you're doing a butterfly, so try to get your feet together. And from here, you can either grab onto your ankles or your shin area, or if you have enough flexibility, you can interlace your fingers and wrap them around your feet as you lay back. We're stretching our hips, our inner thigh, maybe a little bit in the hamstrings. Just focus on your breathing. Nice, slow, deep breaths while you're in this position. Three, 2, and 1. Okay, now let's do everyone's favorite stretch. So straighten out both legs, then bring one leg up and in the air, and with the opposite arm, pull that leg across the body and keep both shoulders flat to the ground. So only pull your knee as far as you can keep your shoulders flat. Try not to let your shoulders come up off the ground. We want to try to get a nice rotation in our spine. Three, 2, and 1. Switching sides, same stretch. 3, 2, and 1. From here, roll over onto your stomach. Now the first stretch that we will do laying on our stomach is going to be the Little Mermaid stretch. So a couple options when you guys do this. The hardest option is to have your hands right next to your chest and push your body up off the floor. The next version will be to get your hands out in front of you here, kind of where your face is, and then push up. And if you cannot apply pressure to your wrists, you can go on your forearms and press yourself up and away from the ground the best that you can. So this is the stretch. Focus on your nice, slow, deep breaths. Try to hold this as long as you can without having to go down. Try to think about if you're doing version 1 or version 2, try to think about pulling your shoulder blades back and trying to push through that mid back. I'm sorry, I think I'm losing my voice today. And rest. From here, we're gonna pull our heels onto our butt. Now, if your knees cannot handle, wrong way, Mom. Pull your butt to your heels, I mean. If your knees cannot handle this, then your next option would be is to do it with your butt in the air like this so your knees don't bend as much. Otherwise, you're just going to do the best that you can. And if you cannot do either version, then you can lay on your back and pick a stretch that we've already done laying on our back. You can repeat a stretch. From here, reach both hands to the left side of your body, placing your right hand on top. And now reach both hands to the right side of your body, placing your left hand on top. And come on up. We are now going to sit on the floor. So now, if you struggle with sitting on the floor, whether it's sitting crisscross applesauce or just sitting your butt on the floor, it will help if you sit on top of a folded blanket or a pillow. So if you have your pillow next to you, the one that you used for when you're laying down, you can sit on that, or you can grab a blanket and crumple it up and sit right on top of the blanket, or fold it and sit on something nice. But sitting on something will definitely help if your lower back struggles when seated. So the first one that we'll do is a hamstring stretch. So we'll go right leg is out, left leg is tucked in. If you cannot do this tucking in, you can do this, or just extend this leg, but only reach for one leg. So you guys have a few options there. Now, lean forward, reach with both hands, and then tuck your chin into your chest. For this one, you guys can hunch over. We're trying to stretch out our spine as well. So you guys definitely can round your back and lean forward as you reach. Do your best to keep your legs straight. Three, 2, and 1. Switching legs. Same thing, just switching legs. Reach with both hands.
tuck that chin into your chest. It'll help elongate your spine. Focus on nice, slow, deep breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we are going into that position one more time. So again, whether your legs are apart or you're doing your right leg out, left leg tucked in, we're going into this position one more time. Now, usually we have our hips and our body squared up for the straight leg. This time, I want you guys to adjust and have your body squared up facing this way. So facing this foot, have your hips and your shoulders squared up over this foot and ankle. It's going to change the stretch a little bit. So the first thing that we'll do is you're going to reach forward. You guys should get a stretch through here in this inner thigh, just a little bit, reaching forward. You guys can go down to your forearms if you have the flexibility to, or you can just keep your hands forward. If your wrist can't handle being like this, then you can put your folded up, another pillow or folded up blanket right underneath you so you can rest your forearms on it while you reach. And rest. We're not switching legs yet, so stay in this position. We're not switching just yet. Now you're going to take this hand, you can hold, I like to hold my ankle, and then my elbow is going to kind of go onto my thigh. We are going to do our lean and reach in this position. So lean and reach. You guys should get a nice big opening up right here. Feel a stretch in the back of your leg and in the inner thigh of your leg. And just focus on nice, slow, deep breaths. The more you actively reach with that arm, the more of a low back and hip stretch and ab stretch you'll get on this side. 3, 2, and 1. Now we can switch legs. So switching our legs up. We are starting with being squared up over your foot and ankle, and then reaching forward. Very good. Get a nice inner thigh stretch, a little bit of a hamstring stretch. Nice, slow, deep breaths. Keep your straight leg as straight as possible. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so grabbing onto your ankle, elbow goes into your thigh, and lean and reach. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to go into a butterfly stretch. So when we do this butterfly stretch, you're going to have your feet together. If your knees hurt in this position, then take your blanket and you can shove it up under the knee that hurts, or if both knees hurt, then you need 2 blankets or 2 pillows to shove up underneath the knee. And they'll just help support it. But for our first variation of this stretch, you guys want to have a lot of space in between you and your heels. So we're not doing our butterfly where our feet are as close as they can be. You want some space. So go ahead and lean forward and reach. This is designed to help stretch out your hips. Hips in the lower back. When doing your deep breaths, try to think about 3 seconds in, hold for 2, and then 4 seconds out. Okay, move your feet in a little bit. They still shouldn't be as close as they can be to your body. You don't need them super close, but you are moving them in a little bit. We are going to perform this stretch again. So go ahead and lean and reach forward. And come on up. And now we're gonna bring your heels in as much as you can, as close as you can. And for this one, the goal is just to focus on posture. So we're sitting up as tall as you can, trying to keep your knees nice and flat. So what you can do is you can lean over and apply pressure with your elbows to your knees to help flatten them. Or if you want to be upright, you can take your hands and apply pressure to your knees. We are almost done in this one. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so this next one it does require some balance if you don't have the flexibility. So what you're going to do is you're going to extend one leg out in front of you. You're going to take your other leg and cross it over. Once you are here, this is like our seated knee hug stretch. So once you are here, I want you to rotate your body towards that leg and reach with the opposite arm to hug that knee. Very good. Guys should get a nice stretch in this outer part of your hip. Maybe a little bit in your spine. Three, 2, and 1. Switching legs. So again, cross one leg over, turn your body so you're facing that knee, and then hug that knee with the opposite arm. And then I like to kind of grab onto my same arm with the other arm. So your whole body should be turned towards the leg that's crossed over. Three, 2, and 1. Okay, so now just go ahead and sit comfortably in any position that's comfortable for you, whether it's crisscross, whether your legs are out in front of you. We're going to do our neck stretches now. So you can place your hand behind your back if you want. If you need to use your hands to balance yourself or to hold on to your legs, that's fine too. But we're going to start off with ear to shoulder like this. If you need to apply additional pressure, you can. Three, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Ear to shoulder. Three, 2, and 1. Our final neck stretch we're going to do is we're going to look over our shoulder first and then tilt the head back, bringing the ear up towards the ceiling. Keep your teeth together. And switch sides. So again, look over the shoulder first and then tilt the head back, trying to bring your ear up towards the ceiling. Teeth together. Three, 2, and 1. Okay, you guys, thank you guys so much for joining. If you guys are going to stay